And welcome back to my channel. Ever done in my entire life. I remember myself, I remember you guys. You know you feel good and you know you look good and you feel good and that makes you feel good and now you're talking good. Looking elegant, looking nice. Episode of Real Influencing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sephora Zola and I am back. No, you know when you look good, yeah, and it gashes you. Calm down, brother. This video is episode 3 of my series Real Influencing, and today's topic is self-love. The reason why I've actually chosen this topic, basically did an Instagram live. Make sure you guys follow my Instagram. It will be in the description box down below, Sephora Zola. My Instagram lives do not get views, so if you guys ever see me on live, make sure to jump on that live. It will feel like a big boy influencer when I've still got 5 views on my Instagram live. Shout out to Abigail because she was actually being quite interactive on the live. She was basically just like, do a YouTube video on self-love. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video on self-love. I also think it's such an important topic, not just for young girls, but for young girls and young boys, for everybody in the blood race. Everyone needs to love themselves and hold themselves to a high regard. Like, what? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you check out all my other content and keep supporting me and get me to 2 million subscribers, guys, because we aim high. Sephora Zola's channel. I'm gonna speak about certain ideas that I had when I journal. I should try it too. It definitely helps with self-love and self-development. If you want to really get to know yourself more and look into introspection and all that type of stuff, journaling is great because you get to really just express yourself, express your emotions. Obviously, putting a pen to paper isn't for everyone. Some people might record themselves. Some people might go to a shooting range. I would love to go to a shooting range, but should I say that on YouTube? Like, I don't know. You get the gist. I'm gonna get into it. So self-love to me, being kinder to yourself, is treating yourself in the same way that you treat others. If you're a kind person and you treat others with kindness, self-love is all about treating yourself with the same level of kindness. You love yourself at where you're at and the current stage that you're at. I could relate to what was written down. I genuinely do this to myself all the time. You basically tell yourself that you will only love yourself, or you'll only treat yourself, or you only get to a certain stage in your life. And I feel like that's the most toxic way to be thinking. I don't feel as though you should wait until you get to a certain level or you elevate into a certain role. I don't believe that it's healthy to think that once you get these things, that's when you have to start loving yourself. The reason why I wrote that down is because I see the importance in loving yourself at where you're at, loving yourself in the present and not in the future. I did that during A-levels, for example. I said that when I get these grades, then I can treat myself. It's not about when you get these things, it's about now and what you can do in your present current situation. I'm still growing at it, you get me? I'm still growing, we're all still growing, but the point is I think you should accept who you are and treat yourself with the same respect, the same love, the same kindness, regardless of the stage that you're at in your life. Acceptance. So I think acceptance is a really important thing that I've definitely developed a lot more within myself. Like accepting myself for who I am rather than criticizing myself and pulling myself down. Because that doesn't mean that you love yourself. That means you literally nitpick it at every single thing that you do. It's not healthy. It's not confronting your insecurities and emotions and understanding yourself to the fullest extent, not practicing emotional avoidance. So understanding yourself and understanding your emotions, I think is key, is crucial to self-love. Understand that you're not always going to be perfect and that you will make mistakes, and that when you do make those mistakes, there's always room for redemption and just being at peace with yourself. Lauryn Hill done said it. I gotta find peace of mind. I gotta find peace of mind. I gotta find peace of mind. So emotional avoidance, I think, is just the most toxic thing. If you truly love yourself, you'd make sure that you spend time with yourself. And because emotional avoidance is something that we probably all practice. Even myself, I'm a G at emotional avoidance. Like, bro, if I don't want to have a look at myself and if I don't want to address my emotions, I won't. I'll just keep doing things regularly, quick, fast. I'll do everything speedily because I don't want to address how I'm genuinely feeling at a certain moment. If you don't actually tap into your emotions, get to know yourself, then your emotions will come out in other forms. If I basically got into an argument with my sister for example, and I don't address how I'm feeling, I'm just like, you know what, I don't care. It could come out in another way. I could then go to school and basically try and bang a gal because she tried to look at me sideways, even though I would never do that because, you know, we keep it halal all the time. I might get violent, for example. I might get angry. A regular checkup on yourself, just in the same way that you message your friends and just check up on them, like, oh, how you doing? How are you? Drop them a little text. Drop yourself a little text. Get to know yourself when you're not feeling the best. A couple years ago, yeah, where I would genuinely be so low and I just wouldn't know why. Like, I just wouldn't know why. Like, I would just genuinely just feel empty and emptiness, a void inside. And I would just genuinely just think, why do I feel this way? It had a lot to do with the fact that I wouldn't really understand the roots of my problems. And I would just keep avoiding them and keep practicing emotional avoidance to the point where all of a sudden I wake up, I'm sad and I don't know why. Because you're not consistently checking up on yourself, checking in on yourself. And some days as well, you might just genuinely just be sad and you might not know the actual root. It might just be a feeling. Mental health, that video will address that at another time. And obviously insecurities is such a big topic. You might be insecure about your body. You might be insecure about the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act. A lot of my insecurities were very internal. Like, a lot of my insecurities were very self-critical. Like, I would genuinely just be so self-critical of myself. It was definitely giving off perfectionist. Perfectionism isn't even a cute little vibe. I'm not even trying to say it like as a little bop. Like, yeah, it's not cute. Being a perfectionist literally is draining. Being a perfectionist, you get pulled down. The Lord will stick you through the mud. This level of perfection can never be reached. Like, I'm human, you're human, we are all human. Or this perfect person that you're aiming to be will never come into fruition because we are humans that make mistakes. I definitely feel like confronting your insecurities is understanding and just really just telling yourself, cool, I'm insecure about my nose. First of all, you being insecure about your nose might have a lot to do with this toxic world that we live in and beauty standards in this world and etc., which you genuinely just need to toss in the bin, because this world will have you thinking you're ugly when you're probably a beautiful individual. Having a look at what I'm insecure about, pulling it out of you and literally just saying, okay, yeah, I'm insecure about this, but be willing to change your outlook on this insecurity. I know it's easier said than done. Like, I'm not saying this like, you better, like, you need to love yourself now and it will occur. No, I'm not saying that that's the case. Loving yourself is definitely a journey. Sometimes it might feel like you'll never ever get to that end point of genuinely just embracing yourself for who you are to the fullest extent, but it's a journey. It's a journey without the complication. That's literally one lyric from a song. Isn't forever as well. It's temporary. Like, you will get out of this state that you're in. It is hard, and I feel like I'm telling you guys, just confront your insecurities when an insecurity might be literally ingrained in you because your mum used to always say it over you, or people corn you for it, tease you for it. Sometimes, you know, insecurities come from somewhere and it's hard to get out of that space. No one said it was going to be easy. I never said that. It's all about how your outlook on it, and trying to understand that this too shall pass. It's not going to be forever. Self-love, like, I genuinely feel like I'm definitely on that journey to accepting myself. I feel like with self-love, there will always be blips. There will always be blips. Like, it's not going to be perfect. And about growing up, there's been a lot that I would put myself down. I'll definitely be mentally criticizing myself like 24/7. But that's with me personally. Your insecurity might come in a different shape or form. Like, you're insecure, but we're all kind of in the same boat. It's all mental. It's all in your mind. Kenza's video, like, I remember one line that I kept seeing on TikTok, or a video that I kept seeing of her, was like, you are the main character of your life. Just basically understanding that you are that babe, understanding that you are that guy, and really just not being self-centered or arrogant in those qualities. What does Sephora not like in a person? Arrogance and just selfishness and just pride, all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just about loving yourself, knowing that, you know, this life is yours. You have one life, guys. You have one life and you can only live it once, and it's genuinely just all about believing in yourself. I think it is, being the main character of your life is about believing in yourself, believing that literally you can do anything in this world if you put your mind to it, believing that you can become who you want to become, who you envision yourself to be right now. Main character syndrome can come across somewhat negative, but main character syndrome to me, main character of your life to me, is definitely positive. It means that you're treating yourself better than you did before. It's just prioritizing yourself. We can link that to being the main character of your life. Yeah, prioritizing who you are, and just, you are important. You are important. You are important. You gas yourself in the same way that you're gassing your friends. Yeah, you be like, yes, good, you look good, you look editing, you the hair slayed. You need to have that energy that you perpetuate onto others and pour that into yourself. Are you crazy? You know, my friends are going to be watching this and they're going to be like, Sephora, look at you. You are the biggest hype man. Gash you to thy kingdom come. I'll gash you. I will encourage you because I've always been an encouraging person. But do you know what was so crazy is that when I would uplift others, there would be times in my life where I would literally be tearing myself down. Not tearing myself down at the same time, but might not even be in a confident, positive state at that time. Me as an individual, I might have been cutting myself 5 seconds ago, but then I see my friend, she looks nice. I'll be like, yes, you know, I wouldn't be bringing that energy to myself. The way that you gas your friends and you encourage the people around you, use that same energy and pour it into yourself. Stop all of that long stuff, bro. Pour it into yourself. Like you say that it is necessary and crucial to go through your hard times in order to come out better and stronger and happier. I feel like that also ties in with acceptance because a lot of the time I would try and practice emotional avoidance. A lot of the time I'll be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be happy. Taking a step back and saying, I'm not at my happiest right now, but that is okay. Be able to go through your tough times in order to come out better and stronger. One thing that I definitely learned at the end of 2021, I was definitely at a very low point during Christmas times because I was very stressed and emotional time. Coming out of that hard low point and I came out happier. It's be okay. It's gonna get better. All right, it's gonna get better. It's definitely gonna get better. And because I keep thinking I'm going on a tangent and it's not really self-love, is it, Sephora? But it is, because loving yourself is understanding that you're gonna go through these tough times, but you will come out better. Loving yourself is a healing process. People, human beings, go through a lot of healing. This life is just fugazi. Like, this life is just a lot. Like, so much goes on in this life undealt with. We store inside of us that we don't address and that we don't heal from. They attach onto like relationships, romantic relationships, for example. Like, some people aren't healed and haven't got to know themselves. Do we ever know ourselves to the fullest extent? I don't know, philosophical. I do philosophy, you know? Do we ever really know ourselves? But that's besides the point. But people sometimes take their toxic past experiences and negative experiences and perpetuate it onto current friendships or current romantic relationships. Obviously, sometimes you can't help that. It's necessary to heal. Healing's not always easy. I'm not saying that any of this is easy, but I think definitely just being intentional about healing from that past issue that still bugs you. That I know that I haven't healed from something here. When I still think about it, or I still get annoyed by it, or I haven't healed, boy. You haven't healed, boy? If you're still thinking about it, you haven't healed. Address it and get to know it. Self-criticism has always been a problem for me. Like, I've definitely been so self-critical. You just need to uplift yourself and stop tearing yourself down so much. Like, I'm speaking to you guys, but I'm also speaking to me. Know who you are. Know your source. Know you got that swag. Know that you are a good-looking girl. You're a good-looking boy. Do you get it? Like, you need to know that you are that girl or that guy. Okay, you shouldn't just continue chasing who you want to be. Sometimes just accept who you are. I genuinely spend a lot of my life doing that. When I get to this level as a person, then what do you mean? The best glow up, I sent this to my friend, best glow up is internal. That is genuinely the best glow up. At the stage that you're in that journey, loving yourself the same way is so important. Loving who you are, no matter what stage you're at in this life, is crucial. Falling in love with yourself without the addition of someone else is necessary. Like, that one, really and truly, before you get into a relationship, a romantic relationship, loving who you are for to know someone is essential. As humans, as a human, I'm aware that that's not always the case. Like, genuinely, more time, that's not the case. But I think that self-love, what is self-love about? It is about thyself. It is about yourself. It's, yes, there's Adam and Eve. Like, being in a relationship with someone is absolutely beautiful, but what is also just equally as important is loving who you are, spending time with yourself, getting to know who you are, what you deserve, knowing who you are and knowing what you want in this life and having that there. And I don't mean in terms of physically or material, all these worldly things, bruv. Or like, in this generation, a lot of things are centered around like what people look like, or people just look at image. A lot of people just look at like the idea or romanticize. I mean, we all do it. I think the healthiest thing is definitely really just knowing who you are and just getting to know you. And if there is another addition to you, just like developing, are in a relationship or a friendship or any type of ship, have that alone time. Not alone time is like be by yourself, just Bill. I'm talking about really just understand how you feel about a topic, understand how you feel. I saw Harry Pinero come up on my TikTok once, basically saying that people don't know this about him, but he was depressed for a very long while. He became Harry Panera, the Harry Panera that we know to this day. Star, social media personality, I don't really know, shining and doing their thing, and they didn't get to that point just like that. Like with like a lot of social media influencers or people that we see or people that we don't idolize, because the only people that we, you know, put on that pedestal is the Lord, but people that we basically look up to, we look at them sometimes and we think, oh, they got that way or they've gotten to that point overnight. Not the case. Like, it's all about the journey. Your time will come. Everything happens at the right time for you, and what is meant for you will come your way. You deserve to live a happy life. You deserve to have good things in this life. A lot of the times, yeah, we compare ourselves to other people. We see people, I don't know, on social media, for example, and it seems like they're living this dream life when not everyone's dream life or what you aspire to be like is the truth. Social media, yeah, we've been knowing this. Social media can even not hide, but just like cover up certain parts of our lives, like negative sides. I remember Molly Mia, 24 hours a day, basically said that in one of her videos that she wanted to really just show people the low points, because a lot of influencers, even me, Sephora Zola, I always try and show you guys the happy sides, and not the case. You guys weren't there when I was crying in my bed. I don't expect you to be there because I don't show that side of me. I don't expect you to understand because it's transparent. But I'm definitely getting there in terms of like being a lot more transparent on my channel, especially with this raw influencing series. Different type of vibe. You get me? Just appreciate who you are. Walk in confidence. Walk in a certain level of confidence. No one can chat to you, bruv, if you walk in confidence. Spending time with yourself or knowing why you're upset over something, and navigating boundaries with people, for example. Guys, that is the end of this YouTube video. I hope you guys have taken something from this. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself, whether that be if you're splashing that cash on yourself, whether that be you're literally just journaling in your diary and getting to the crux of your problems. If it's kicking ball, if it's boxing, if it's a science lab, or being with a pet, like, do it, because these are all aspects of self-love, because like allowing yourself to do things that you like. This was a real influencing episode 3. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and check out all my other content. Hi guys.